Any advice on that?
Yeah, I do. So when it comes to pivoting from IT to security, one of the things is within organizations, so like a lot of times your roles are compartmentalized. So you have an IT, especially in larger organizations, you have the IT team, you got the help desk, you got the tier two system administrators that are working on your servers and your network devices. But what you also usually have is some security specialists or the person that handles compliance in your organization. So they're the ones that are walking around. They're the ones that are really annoying you and asking you for, hey, where's your documentation? We got this audit coming up. I need screenshots of all your configurations. Pull up Active Directory, pull up your group policy, take screenshots. This person needs access. Create an account for this IA guy or this information security auditor that's going to come in and view your stuff. So a lot of that could be annoying, especially if you're like me. I was very technical and very hands-on. So a lot of that stuff, I'm like, that's annoying. I got to go take screenshots. Or you got to, every year when you're in the DOD or every 3 years, you'll have to recertify your systems accreditation. And so you have to pause what you're doing, have to assign somebody to sit and gather all the evidence, all your documentation. Yeah. And it's annoying when you're a person that just wants to get stuff done. You just want to fix stuff, just want to configure stuff. You just want to get everything connected. What I'll say is that's an opportunity to volunteer to be the one that is going through those audits, to do those configuration validations, to gather up that documentation and be able to sit with that auditor. And it sounds so uber boring to sit with an auditor, go through, okay, pull up your Active Directory. What account did you use to log into that? Okay, show me okay, did that have MFA on it? Yeah, okay, was that a Google Authenticator? Or was so going through all of that is sometimes annoying. But I would say if you want to break into cyber, doing some of those things that's a little more monotonous, a little less sexy, I think that's a great way to break in, because nobody's volunteering for that. I promise you nobody's volunteering for that. So that's one thing, right? And then the second thing is when you see some of those security related issues, maybe you're a help desk person, and that when you connect this port, that you have to connect a system physically. You got to take that Cat5 cable and connect it to a port, and that port is locked. And that your network team does the port security. And so you got to contact them like, hey, I just connected the port. Can you guys unlock it? Actually literally go to where they are and say, hey, can you show me whenever I put that, like all I see is the blinking lights start to go from amber to green and start blinking when you do that. But I want to see what you configure on your side so that I can understand it a little better. And then usually they're willing to absolutely show you what you're doing, what they're doing. You go over the shoulder and take a look at that. So I think those are a couple of ways. And then volunteering to update documentation. Ooh, when you talk about painful, and you want to talk about like nighttime, I'm bored or I need to get some sleep and I'm not sleepy, instead of turning on Netflix, pull out the information security policy for your organization and start reading through it. Oh my Lord, like that can put you to sleep immediately. But another challenge is usually at least every year, if not whenever there's a major change in the organization, you'll have to update your information security policy. And there are different types of policies as well that you may have to update. And so being the one that, hey, can I go ahead and do an initial review to figure out, because some of the things that you're doing, because the goal is to marry up what your policies and your procedures are saying and figuring out if there's a significant enough deviation based off of what you're doing. You might have implemented a new solution, another technology that's taken a different route on how you're accomplishing requirements, and you may have to change some verbiage around. So you might be like, oh yeah, I know how we do that. Updating verbiage and updating security policies. Again, most people are, I'll even say myself, when I was an IT director, I had managers under me. I definitely had them I need you three to look at these 6 sections of the information security policy or these 3 policies, and then give me your edits, and then I'll review your edits. So that's something that takes like anywhere from hours to even like a couple of weeks, depending on how big those are. And nobody's kicking down the door to want to do those things. So I would say those would be my recommendations on trying to break in, get familiarity within your own organization. Then when they see value and they see you volunteering, when they see you jumping at things that people are pushing off and getting the Heisman on, that opens up doors for you. So when they have openings, when they start expanding, or when somebody needs to move out, because what you'll find too is within the security space, people are job hopping, right? They'll be in one space for 6 months to a year. They'll get that skill set. They'll get that particular experience, and then they'll use that to leverage themselves, or they might just get tired, or again, life happens, that different conditions happen, and they want to move on to a different role. That creates an
Yeah.
opening. Or when they grow and they're looking for, hey, we need some more security. Hey, who's that guy from the help desk that always was volunteering for security stuff and loved
Yep.
doing third-party risk checklists and questionnaires? He was the one volunteering for the questionnaire to get filled out. Yeah, bring him in. Let's interview him and see if he's a good fit. I think he'd be good.